Hey YouTube, it's AR15 guy here. So this is going to be kind of my prepping 201. So after you've gotten your water set aside, and I kind of want to go over that real quick too. If you're storing water in milk jugs like I am, I'm also stockpiling bottled water. The milk jug water, if you're going to have to drink it, you need to boil it. Milk jugs do start to break down over time, so keep an eye on it as you're stocking up. You notice them leaking or you notice some things, you definitely want to make sure and get that taken care of, and just, you know, trade them out as you go along. But you definitely want to use milk jugged water as a last resort. You want to have as many cases of fresh bottled water lying around as you can. So the milk jug water was, you know, I talked about that in a previous video, was just a way to start putting some water away. Like I said, last resort sort of stuff, or using it for cooking or boiling where you may not want to use up your bottled water. The other thing is as I've been going along here, you know, I've heard don't use canned foods because it's heavy or it does have an expiration date. That is true. Most of the canned goods that I'm looking at have a 2 to 3 year expiration date on there. So you can store that food over the next 2 to 3 years. You know, maybe 6 months before the best by date, you start using it and just cycling it out. But I would say definitely like chili, canned stews, stuff like that. The reason is chili has protein in it. Canned stews have protein. It's not high in protein, but it does provide some protein. And you can use the container to cook it. So if you're in a situation where, you know, you've run out of propane or whatever, and all you can do is, you know, put it over a fire, it's possible to cook that food inside that container. So you want to make sure that if you do decide to go canned goods, which is what I'm doing, because I figure 1 can equals 1 meal for 1 person, or 2 meals for you know, 1 person, or 1 meal for 2 people, depending on the serving size and what's going on. So when you're doing canned foods, you know, make sure you're getting, make sure you're aware of the expiration dates, as well as, you know, how many servings there are in each can. And I've learned is that the serving sizes are a lot smaller than what an actual person would eat. So you definitely want to take that into consideration. Also, the other thing, there's some minor things that you want to think about that kind of fit into maybe the toiletries. You want to have batteries, as well as over-the-counter drugs, aspirins, Tylenols, ibuprofens, anything that anything pain reliever related you're gonna want. You're gonna want, as well as alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or hydrogen peroxide, stuff like that. Just in case. That stuff's maybe difficult to find, so you want to kind of stockpile up on that. Buy an extra bottle when you buy a bottle. It's just easy stuff that you can start kind of putting away. You don't have to go out and go mass shopping and buy it all at once. It's stuff that you can put away. That's the other reason I'm going with the canned goods. Stuff I can buy an extra couple of cans here, I can buy an extra couple of cans there. The other thing is making sure you have a good first aid kit, bandages, ace bandages, wraps, spraying stuff, that sort of thing. I have, you know, my wife's a nurse, so a lot of that stuff we have, but I don't have it in a centralized location. So make sure you have it in a centralized location, and make sure that you're keeping up on what your stock is. I have a first aid kit in my trailer, so that's the other thing is when if you think it's going to get to a point, you know, if you're looking at things and thinking that it's going to get to a point where you need to leave, you need to think about that as well. what's your plan? What stuff are you going to take? What stuff are you going to leave behind? And as well as if you decide, if things get bad enough and you have to drive any length of area. I mean, my Tahoe gets about 9 miles to the gallon when I'm pulling my trailer, so I need to think about that. Where's my exit? Where's my stopping point going to be? So anyway, that's kind of just what I wanted to go over, and kind of clear up about the milk jug thing. Like I said, you want to use the milk jug water as a last resort, and if you do have to use it, you want to wash it or you want to boil it, because there are milk proteins that stay inside the containers, and it's not going to be any good unless you go ahead and boil that. Or and then as well, it's keeping up the keep an eye on them, making sure they're not leaking. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. So this is my prepping 201, kind of just throwing ideas out there as they come to me as I'm starting to fill up my stockpile. Thanks for watching.